Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Brad. I work in hospitality and I use simple tools such as calendars, paper and pen, and items that I find at the Dollar Tree to help me budget. And I budget on a paycheck to paycheck basis. And this was a fun video to put together this week because I was able to start using some of those items that I picked up at the Dollar Tree from last week. And so you'll see I'm going to use some paper and pen, but then for some of the savings challenges, I'm going to, I found some dice that I can use and make those into some games. Now the theme of my channel is Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6, which says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make straight your paths." I hope you enjoy this video. Now my brick and mortar bank, I did have a rollover amount. And then my wages, I did get some overtime for this paycheck. So remaining to use is $495.02. All right, now my expenses, savings, that gets us to 30 plus 50 plus 350. Oops, 30. Start over. 30 plus 20 equals 50 plus 350 equals 400. That's my total. My remaining is $495.02 minus 400. $495.02 minus 400, $95.02. So this is my rollover for my next pay period. And that's my brick and mortar bank. Now the expenses that I put into Qubes, expenses is going to be, the ones that automatically get put in is groceries, fast food, dining out, and gas. I found my dice, my actual physical dice, so I'm keeping them in. I have a new drawer for some of my savings challenges. So we'll use some of these in my drawer for the 51 savings challenge too. But I have my dice. I'm gonna empty out that drawer so that I have something to throw the dice in. So there's 6. Let's do it again. 6 plus 6, that's 12. Let's do $12. And then for the 51 envelopes challenge, let me introduce you to what I'm doing. So I did clean out all my savings challenges, but that's okay because I'm going to have a new mattress delivered. So I've got these index cards that I've folded in half. And what I did last year was I would do two different numbers every paycheck, and then I'd put that amount of money away for the 51 envelopes. Each one of these numbers sort of stands for an envelope. I don't actually have envelopes because I do this in the Qube app. But I'm going to do something similar. I know that last year I was able every single paycheck to put $51 away. This year, that's probably most likely not going to happen for the rest of this year, although next year maybe it will again. But sometimes I'll get more, sometimes I'll get less, and I have a plan. But so because I had overtime this time around, I'm going to put in the full $51. And I'm going to take it out of my new drawer, and I'll put the dice back in so I can use them for next time around. And that way I've got my drawer. It's all ready to go for the next time. These I got at Dollar Tree for $1.25, and my last video showed my Dollar Tree haul, and so I'm just kind of showing how I plan on using those items. Okay, so the other thing I got from Dollar Tree, or one of the other things I got, was I got a file folder and some envelopes. And one of these tabs is my savings challenges. I think it's the last one. Yep. Okay, so the last tab is my savings challenges. And in here, I put in three smaller envelopes, which I also got at the Dollar Tree. Right. And here's my 51 envelope challenge. So, I've got some colors that I use for scripture marking, and every time I take one of these out and put the money into the cube, I'm going to color in the box for my 51. I just took a Sharpie marker and put in all the 51 numbers on a regular index card here. And then so let me get my colors, and I'll fill this in because I know that the entire $51 is going to be transferred into Qube this time around. Got number 1 and number 50. And the reason I had 51 in here was because the way I did it last year was each paycheck I would do the first one and the last one that was still uncolored. And then at the end of the year, I had one envelope left, and that was just this sole lonely one for 51. So like this week, 50 plus 1 equals 51. Next one, 49 plus 2 equals 51. And so on and so forth, all the way through the year. And then I get 26 paychecks a year. So after my 25th paycheck is done, I've got the 51 that goes in the 25th paycheck, but then the 26th paycheck just is this one envelope that's left over at the end. So that's kind of how that goes, and we'll just keep tracking these. I'll put the tracker in, right? And then this guy, I'm just going to put that guy in the big envelope. It's just the ones that I've used up, because then I can use them again next year. So that's all in there now for the 51 envelopes. I hope that made sense. The dice, oh, yep. I didn't actually write down the dollar amount. Okay. The dice challenge was $12. So I have my dice challenge right here. And all I did here, I don't know if I'll get inspiration to do something else, but for now, I'm just going to say, well, this was put into the Qube for the dice challenge on the 30th. And it was $12. Okay? Right there. And I'm just going to keep the tracker inside the dice challenge envelope. And there it is. And then my 12 by 26 challenge. I feel like I'll probably do the same thing. If I get inspiration to do this more in a way where I'm highlighting and coloring, then I'll update that before the next time we do this. But for now, I'm just going to put in the date, and it was also, yeah, this time around it was, both of them were $12. So I'm just going to put $12 in there. And all of my savings challenges are taken care of for my planning stage, right? Then I can put those back into my envelope, and then that envelope then goes in to my filing folder. Honestly, the way that I do mine, I think this envelope is all I'm going to need. There we go. There's our total down there, 75. We had 310 remaining, and then we want to take 75 out. 310 minus 75. So that is 235. Remaining 235. And then, so we want to put into our sinking funds 235. Just like that. So now we're at a zero-based budget. Now we do have money that we left in the brick and mortar bank. So we did have a remaining $95.02, but that's our rollover money. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching this video. There are a lot of videos out there about cash stuffing and about budgeting, and you can spend a lot of money getting just the right wallets and envelopes. But as you see, the simple things that I've been using, you can get very cheaply at the Dollar Tree or Walmart. And there's a couple of other YouTubers that have been doing this for much longer than I've been doing it, and they use actual cash stuffing envelopes, and I'll put their descriptions or their links in the description of this video. But I hope to see you next time. We will take a look at some sinking funds, and then also take a look at Qube Money, because I like to use a digital cash stuffing system. So I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.